Hi again. So I've got some new information about my journey to Ireland to find my Jordan heritage. And I'm really super excited because everything's just falling into place and I can't believe it's happening basically. So I booked my trip. I'm flying out in the third week of July and I'm going to start out in Dublin and then I'm going to move north to Mayo County, which is, I found out, where my relatives hopefully maybe came from. So I'm going to share all this information because people who know me and who are also Jordan would be interested in it. Anybody else who just happens to find this, just stick around because it's going to be some really cool shit that's happening in the next few videos. I'm really stoked about it. So I'm Deanna Jordan. My dad is Larry Jordan. And beyond him, I don't really know anything about my Jordan history. It chokes me up every time I think about it too, which is super silly. But I've always felt like I had no roots. And if you saw my last video, then you'll know that I kind of feel like I need to do this. So anyway, my dad grew up in Manitoba, in Swan River, Manitoba, and there's this super cool stone house there. I went on a tour of that area and I saw this amazing stone house, and hopefully I'll be able to go through some of my photos and I'll be able to figure out how I can share that too, because it's really neat. It was the family home and it's beautifully constructed, and here we are, I don't know how many hundreds of, well, not hundreds because Western Canada is really not hundreds of years old, but anyway, it's an old house and it's really cool. So my dad's father Albert grew up in that house, and I'm pretty sure that his father Peter Jordan, if he didn't grow up in that house, he was part of building that house. It gets a little fuzzy, but Peter Jordan's father was Thomas Henry Jordan, and I found out that Thomas Henry Jordan he's my great-great-grandfather, and he's the one who came from Ireland to start the branch that I came from. And he was actually the stonemason. So all my life I've believed that Peter Jordan was the guy who built this stone house. And although he may have, because he's Thomas Henry Jordan's son, Thomas Henry is a stonemason, so his son Peter may have learned that trade from his father. I don't really know exactly who built it. But Thomas Henry Jordan, my great-great-grandfather, was definitely the stonemason from Ireland, so certainly had a hand in building that house. And it's weird because making my way to the Virden, Manitoba area in 2000 to see that house this is weird for anybody who's a Jordan. You might get this. I mean, my Jordans, my cousins, whatever, but anybody else might not. But it was kind of like a pilgrimage to go see the stone house, because I'm sure all of my cousins grew up hearing about this stone house, right? And I get there. So anyway, I get the directions from an aunt, and I drive there. I'm thinking, this is so not where I need to be. The directions were just haphazard. I had no idea where I was going. I'm seeing a whole lot of countryside with these beautiful rolling hills, but I'm thinking, is this the right place? Am I going to the right spot? And then I see this name sign on a broken down old fence, and it said, I think it was Tom Jordan or William Jordan, I forget. There's lots of Toms and lots of Williams. And I get this big lump in my throat. I'm like, oh my God, I'm totally in the right spot, because this is totally where my people came from in terms of being Canadians, and then migrated even further west to where I am now in Alberta. Anyway, I park the car and I see this house, and I had my video camera going, and I start bawling because the person who now has title to the stone house is using it as a pig barn. And oh my God, it was crushing to me because it was such an important piece of who, where, how I came to be. And to find out that it was now nothing better than a pig barn, it was kind of, man, it's not right. And that shouldn't happen. I don't know. I don't know what is the situation with the stone house now, but it's a pretty solid structure, so I'm sure it's going to make a lot of pigs happy for a lot of years to come, which is too bad because, well, I wasn't going to go walking around in the pig barn, let's put it that way. So I peeked through the windows, but that was it. It was a crushing blow because, well, that's 16 years ago now, and I've been sort of sticking my toe in the waters of genealogy, I guess, for my family off and on for 16 years now. And so anyway, that sucked. So moving on, we go to how my great-great-grandfather, Thomas Jordan, arrives in Canada. In 1851, there was a census in the community in Ontario that he lived in. So he came over before that, obviously. And probably from his father was Thomas Jordan, and they think, but nobody really knows for sure, if he came from a community called Crosmolina in the Addergoole Parish in Mayo County in the Republic of Ireland, in the northern part of it. So that's where I'm going, and I'm super excited. And I have this piece of paper and these chicken scratch notes, and also I met via online a woman named Doreen and another one named Madeline. Doreen lives in Canada, and we share the same, I don't know, we're cousins. I don't know how to figure that out, but we're cousins somehow from the same branch of Jordans. And then also Madeline, and Madeline is from Oakland, California. So we've been talking back and forth, and it turns out that Madeline took a similar trip that I'm taking last November. So it was super cool to find out that information and to meet these ladies, and they're sharing so much. And this is freaktastic. So if anybody is thinking that maybe they want to search out their history, I highly recommend it, because this is probably one of the most exciting journeys that I've been on, well, ever. And it's only going to get better when I find myself maybe talking to, I don't know, somebody who's the Jordan and who's my Jordan, and I just, my face hurts, because every time I start thinking about this and every time I start investigating it, I get this huge shit-eating grin on my face, and I just can't stop smiling, because I'm super excited to be finally actually taking steps to find out where I came from and to get some roots, baby. That's what I'm after, and I'm just excited. So I don't know what the next video is going to have in store, so hopefully maybe ship's records. Maybe I'll see if I can see some ship's records to find out, because we're not 100% sure that Thomas Jordan from Mayo County is our Thomas Jordan. He probably is. I'm going to think that. I'm going to use the power of positive thinking that, yes, he's really my Thomas Jordan, and go from there. So maybe, hopefully, I'll be able to share some more information about ship's records. Thanks for sticking around, and hopefully I found some information in my own photographs to show you that stone house, because it's super cool. It's part of this whole thing. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.